King! I am fighting! Franky yeah! I can win! I feel great!
It's about to be that time.
And we're back. Oh man, chapter 989. Links in the description. As always, spoilers ahead. I want to thank everybody that's been subscribing, that's been liking, that's been commenting. I had to break out a little certified drip since we know all of the Straw Hats have finally reunited in a panel that is just all Straw Hat centric. There is not a single person in that last panel that is not an official member of the Straw Hats. Sorry, Carrot fans.
Savage.
Sorry, anybody else. There's nothing to speculate. It's just very cut and dry, black and white, 10 members all together in beautiful, perfect harmony.
I love it, I love it, I love it!
I'm going to take a minute to do like a little bit of a half gloat.
Previously.
Even if it's just a skirmish, it's got to happen. Zoro is going to clash with Queen at some point, in his Brontosaurus form, as a callback to Kaku. I told everybody! Okay, so it's only a half gloat because they haven't fought, but I was right. I knew Oda would not miss the opportunity to have Zoro and Queen clash at some point. It was just, it's too perfect. And I don't think that it's over, but it did satisfy my craving. If you've been following the channel for a bit, you know that I have been saying Zoro versus Queen, Zoro versus Queen, Zoro versus Queen. And this is a little bit of a W for me. I'm going to take it. They met. He got attacked. We'll see where we go from here, right? So guys, what a chapter, right? This chapter is pretty straightforward. We just have a lot of action, a lot of really hype, great moments. We've got Franky finally doing his Luffy will be the Pirate King moment. He was one of the last two Straw Hats to have never done one of those. Oh man, Franky did it. He had his Luffy will be the Pirate King moment. Oh. The remaining one is Robin. Robin has yet to say that Luffy will be the man who will become the Pirate King. Every other member of the Straw Hats has done it. Zoro said it to Kuma and Thriller Bark. Usopp said it in Alabasta to Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas. Sanji said it to Capone. Nami said it to Cracker. Brooks said it to his audience at Fishman Island. Chopper could have a better one. I mean, he just said it to the kids in Punk Hazard. Who am I missing? Jinbei's said it like 10 times. Yeah, I think I got it all. I mean, even Vivi has said it. I personally believe that Oda is saving Robin's Luffy will be the man who becomes the Pirate King moment for a very pivotal time, somewhere toward the end of the series, where she is going to say it directly to Luffy's absolute opposition to becoming Pirate King, whether that's Blackbeard or Sakazuki or anything like that.
Thought I told you to turn off your phone.
I think that Robin will say Luffy will be the man who becomes Pirate King directly to Blackbeard somewhere toward the end of the series. So this is a great moment for Franky, but it was an even more shining moment for our girl Robin. Finally doing something. Finally. Thank you, Oda. And what a feat. She brought back her move from Skypiea, Delphinium, and with many more hands. It was only 100 hands on Skypiea. Now it's, 1,000 hands. And she just rolled Big Mom out of the way. She'll be back, naturally. But I also just love the casual panel of, Robin not even breaking a sweat, rolling an Emperor out of their way. I mean, it was a tag team effort. You know, Jinbei is very much responsible for it. But I mean, I love when the Straw Hats start teaming up. You know, it's funny that Frankie even mentions Thriller Bark, because I was getting Thriller Bark vibes. You know, of course, it's more so Fishman Island, you know, the way that everybody's together and fighting, you know, and all that. But Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark vibes. Let's go. I also love the faith that Luffy has with the crew. Particularly Frankie. It's just like, oh yeah, you can always rely on Frankie. And then even in the last page, Luffy's like, look, I just need to take out Kaido, you guys handle the rest. Luffy's goal now is to get up top by any means necessary. We've got King blocking the hole and a whole bunch of flying smile users. And, you know, we've got Queen guarding it as well with his very, 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 very long neck. So, you know, we could expect some, like, Thriller Bark level collaboration here. You know, and the way that they took out Oars, they could collectively get Luffy up to the top. Or even take on Big Mom. Who knows? You know, is Big Mom the Oars? Is that what we're going to get? We're going to get all of the Straw Hats versus Big Mom, except for Luffy as he goes up top to get Kaido. There's a lot of options here. Could the crew take on Big Mom? I don't know. I mean, you know, they call her Big Meme, but she's going to show up. She's going to do something very terrible, and it's going to make everybody go, oh man, we should have never called her Big Meme. It would seem that Hyogoro and the rest of the samurai want to slow the Tobiropo, the Flying Six, down. We'll see how that goes. It's possible that they could, you know, if that's, you know, happening, they're keeping them at bay while the Straw Hats are all working on a way to get Luffy up top. I'm sure once he gets up top, he's going to find a lot of bloody bodies. I don't have a lot of hope for what the Scabbards are trying to achieve up there, or the Minks. But you know, we'll see. And of course, just as I said, Oda is still teasing out Nekomamashi and Inuarashi's transformations. It's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna get a flashback. We're gonna jump back 30 minutes. We're gonna see the Conjurer fight. We're gonna see, you know, what happened to the Minks, what happened to the Scabbards, and that's what's gonna happen right before Luffy and Kaido actually fight. We'll probably get a flashback. You know, that's part Yamato, part Kaido. It'll involve Ace, and then Luffy and Kaido will finally clash. That's what I expect. But I mean, as far as like next week is concerned, I think we're going to get a better idea of how the fights are going to go next week. If we're going to get 1-on-1s, if we're going to get 2-on-1s, 2-on-2s, is the entire crew going to go up against Big Mom? Is it just going to be a bunch of skirmishes they're just going to be running through? We're going to have a really good understanding of that next week. Because this is like the Ennie's Lobby moment. The C-Train finally crashed into the Judicial Tower, and now we're going to see everybody move about. And those fights that happen, just like in Ennie's Lobby, I would not expect those to be the end-all be-alls. You know, we might get Zoro versus Queen, but then at the last minute, something happens, and then Zoro is actually fighting King like everybody wants him to. These are all possibilities. The biggest reveal of the chapter, though, was from Big Mom's dialogue about the numbers. There was the Oni symbol everywhere on Punk Hazard. So we see numbers, what is believed to be 5, 4, and 10, based on their laughs and what, and that they call the one that Frankie actually takes out, because he's holding the Brachio tank, they call him number 4. So, But what Big Mom says is that Kaido bought these guys from Punk Hazard. So what that means is that, and this goes back all the way to like the very first panel of the Punk Hazard arc when they land at the gate and we see danger and there's the Marine sign and then there's this giant sign on it that has like what looks like a symbol of Onigashima. It's an Oni symbol. We were wondering what it meant even all the way back then, but now we have official confirmation. We thought it just related to Kaido. No, Vegapunk had a lab there. Caesar was one of the people working with him, and Caesar, through his own experiments, blew up Punk Hazard. And Vegapunk had to go somewhere else, etc. Then Kuzan and Sakazuki, because it was abandoned, used it as the arena for their grudge match post-war. But those signs were basically saying, danger. These failed numbers, ancient, giant creations, abominations are roaming here. Brooke and Big Mom talk as if they're like old friends, which is funny. I mean, yes, they did sleep together.
Savage.
But it's... I just love how, all of the Straw Hats are basically getting their own little battles with Big Mom. I definitely want to see Zoro go up against Big Mom in some fashion. I'm glad that Oda added that panel of Shinobu and Momo like creeped out about Yamato's declaration. Because I do want it hammered home that Yamato needs to like find their own path. And that it doesn't lie with them being Odin, it lies with them being Yamato. And maybe that'll come from, an interaction between Momo and Yamato where Momo just says, like, hey, like, my dad was my dad and you're not him and you don't have to be him, just be you. And then probably hearing that from, the son of Odin, maybe that'll be like, what clicks for Yamato. We get it. We finally get it. That panel. That majestic panel. Oh, he did it. He did it. We got the panel of everybody. Oh my god. There's a great symmetry to it also. Not to power scale, but everybody is sort of on the plane with where someone would power scale. I'm fully expecting next week, which there's no break, to be a chapter all about the Straw Hats saying, we gotta get Luffy to the top. We gotta get him up there. And all working together and pushing everybody back and having different skirmishes so that he can get up there, similar to in Marineford when Luffy was, going up the makeshift platform that Inazuma created for him. It's like he's running up there and then the Whitebeard pirates are keeping the Marines away and all of that. I'm expecting a complete recreation of that, but with the Straw Hats. Like here comes Queen. Zoro keeps him back. Here comes King. Sanji goes and kicks him away. Whatever. The numbers go by. Usopp, shoots one of them down. Chopper hits another one. Iron Pirate Franky and Big Mom maybe do a big giant clash, and he's trying to hold her back. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm expecting. And then the chapter after that will probably be very, very shocking and very sad. This was it for chapter 989, which contains 3 of the 4 numbers of my birth year. So I did enjoy this chapter very much. So that does it for me this week, guys. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button to know when I put out more videos. Likes and comments are always appreciated. I love, keeping the conversation going in the comments. So I'll see you guys, same time next week. Later.
I've been swimming deep, deep. Savage.